Mhm.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of That's Hot podcast. I'm your host, Christian, and here with the Edna Mode inspired Tamberlin. Um, if you
Edna
want, if
mode,
you ask really
Yoko Ono.
nicely, she will do the little walk, the TikTok walk.
Yeah, I was put into a challenge with my little cousin. I didn't do good. I feel like I'm too tall for it, but we can do what we can.
Yes. So if you're new to the series, which I hope you're not, we are watching, rewatching, and reviewing the Rachel Zoe Project. It is available on Peacock Network streaming. We're just going through it. It is a very important fashion media of the time. And also, during a break, I wrote it down, because another one of those moments was you had mentioned in a previous episode, I guess it was the city. Well, no, first it was what, Laguna Beach with the girls, Lauren Conrad.
Yeah, the hills.
Okay, the
Laguna Beach,
hills.
yeah.
Yes. And then the city is whenever Whitney, I think, went to New York.
Okay.
And then at some point she worked for Kelly Cutrone, right?
hmm
People's Rebellion, I think. Was it People's
Yeah,
Rebellion?
all the girls did.
Yeah. And so maybe that's another one we'll revisit.
Kelly
Yeah.
Cutrone was also mean. She reminds me of Taylor.
Yes. But I feel like she's one of those ones that, she's mean, but maybe there's a heart of wonder under there somewhere. But yeah, she's definitely mean.
Yeah, she's definitely mean. Okay, so in episode 4, we just spoke about Taylor. She's actually nice to an intern, and this is what led me to believe that the beef with Brad was personal, like we discussed in a previous episode, due to his former employment being at Vogue and all of that. Like he may have been slightly above Taylor in his other experience, so she may have been intimidated by that. And like maybe Rachel, in like trying to get Brad to come over there, was like talking to him, oh my God, yeah, there's this cool guy at Vogue. He's been trying to work here because, like he said, he'd been trying to get the job for a year. So I don't know what that process entailed, but I'm sure Taylor was like fed up with even hearing about him, given her personality.
Recap.
Episode 4.
Oh, yeah, right. What happened in episode 4?
As we said, Taylor was jealous of Brad and was put on full display when she was actually nice to the intern. Then Rachel admits her work always wins over her personal life. She's like, I have two great I said this in another episode, but we'll say it again. I have two great loves in my life, the fashion world and my husband Roger. But when a decision always comes down between my work and my personal, fashion always wins. But then she expresses the want to have a family, like she keeps talking about babies and like she wants to have a baby, which is like nothing is stopping you from having a baby.
Right. Well, she is trying to grow this empire, though. And,
And this is why I don't
and
like
I'm
it
sure
when
it's really
people.
hard. You should know for like a woman because, the biological clock, but also like your career. And also, like, right now she has momentum because she has this show.
Okay, here's the tea, and I could be being mean, being too simple, whatever. I feel like the biggest thing when you're having a baby is like your infrastructure and your system because you're having a whole new person. And if you're not like a Nara Smith type of lady and you don't want to make all your kids baby food from scratch and all that, then it's just like adding another person to the house. And you already have assistants and this and that. So you have a baby. Surrogate stuff wasn't that popping back then. So it's like, okay, she could be pregnant, but then you can have a baby line. You can have a baby clothes
Oh,
line. You
yeah.
can have a baby fashion line, the whole thing. So you would get a new product thing. And then you would just hire a nanny like all you and your peers do anyways. And you would travel and you would just bring the baby, or you would leave the baby at home for what, the 4 or 5 days that you'd be gone for fashion week. Like I think people make things too deep and they're not.
Especially whenever they have money.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you're not broke, you don't have to go clock into a 9 to 5 shift and then go to the daycare. You don't have to do that.
Right. And you
The
have
baby
these
could be
assistants.
next. Every time we see you in these cars talking about Roger and like I want to have a family, and this, you're either in a big ass house in a nice neighborhood so your kids can go to public school so there's no extra money there, or you're in the back of a black truck and you're the only person in there. So the car seat could be on the side of you, behind you. Come on, let's get down to it. You just don't want to give time to anything. You barely give time to your husband. So you would never see your child, just like you barely see your husband.
Yeah,
That's what
it's
it
true.
is. It's not like anything stopping you. You just don't want to do it, which is fine. But
Yes.
don't like do the woe is me thing like, oh, I want a family, I want a baby. You can do it today. Um, then they go to the Diane von Furstenberg show, and she kind of laments about that as well. Like, Diane has just been able to do it all. You know, she's a mother, she's a wife, she has this empire, and Diane very simply tells her, like, yeah, I just did it. Like, she's like, lucky for me, the
But
fashion
she's also
industry was
from
kind of easier
money.
back then.
She married money.
Well, yeah, she married somebody rich, and she's like, well, I just became the woman I always wanted to become, like you. That's what Diane.
She did. And then she, like throughout the rest of that season, she like struggles with that specific phrase. It's
Yeah,
just
she keeps
like,
referencing that.
is this the woman that I want to be? Like, am I that person? And so this is like the existential crisis that she's having. It's like, what do I want out of life?
And I
And
think
yeah,
that's the real issue with Rachel. It's not about what she can have or lack. It's her deciding what she actually wants. It's like she said in the previous episode, she was too young to marry Roger because her life wasn't together. I mean, here she is now, life all over the place, ignoring Roger. It's like it makes sense. They do another trip to Marquesa, and this I put a note that it was very insidious. The the
oh,
hype of Marquesa for this.
oh yes, yeah,
The fake emergency to style Kate Hudson for a movie press tour. I wanted to find out what press tour this was. Like what? Then I'm gonna Google it. Kate Hudson,
press tour.
2008 movie.
I don't really care for
Oh,
movies.
Fool's Gold and My Best Friend's Girl.
I don't know about movies just because I'm not like a huge like cinephile, or I don't keep up with like the big movie celebrities. I keep up with music mostly. But to me, Kate Hudson, like I know there was the whole like what's it called? Beautiful. What's it called? Where was the one she was like the stalker, the groupie?
Stalker. Oh, that's Almost Famous.
Yeah.
I
Um,
love Almost Famous.
I get people like it. I feel like I've seen parts of it or half of it or something, and I just like the reason she is famous is because her parents are famous.
Oh yeah, Rock Hudson and
Goldie Hawn.
her mom, Goldie Hawn.
Was it Rock Hudson? I thought it was the other one.
I think Rock Hudson was gay.
Yeah, that was a different one.
Okay,
Who's her dad?
we're about to find out.
It's a random white man.
Oh, Bill Hudson. Not fine like Rock Hudson.
Rock Hudson's the older one. That he was the allegedly gay
He was
one.
he was gay and he was sexy.
Ooh, I love it. um.
And then I
Oh yeah,
did look
so
up
she's styling
the
her.
the, the press tour. She's with Matthew McConaughey advertising for this movie, and maybe we can put some stuff in. I don't know if it would help me to like show the camera.
Okay.
Classic Rachel Zoe type, bohemian, rich. She really liked that. And then Taylor, she has like I don't know, we should give like some sort of name to her bitchy little quotes and quips that she
Hmm.
gives. When they put her on camera, she's like, Brad's constant optimism needs to stop right now. Because anytime
Yes.
she comes with like some made up emergency or just it seems like her and Rachel got along because they both would overreact about nothing and like just hype each other up. Like, oh my god, it's all gonna go bad, it's gonna go bad, it's gonna go bad. And Brad could be like, it's gonna be fine. Like, we can call her. What can we do? Or like, maybe we can do this. Or what do you think about this? And like, Taylor just hated that because she's like a fatalist. And some
Yes.
people are really addicted to like sadness and helpless situations, and they love that. Like, it's kind of what gets them going. Like, they won't even start on a project if it's not like, oh God, we can't even do anything. Like, there's nothing for us to do. Oh, it's just terrible. It's hopeless. Because even in one scene where Brad is telling them in the previous episode about the packages being stuck in Tennessee because of the storm, Rachel's like, well, no, that's just unacceptable. Like, do you want me to get on the phone and just rip them a new one?
Like, what are you gonna do? Like, what are they gonna do? Nothing can be done,
Unless you can get Roger to go out there and fly the plane to LA. Like, what is cussing them out going to do?
right? Very
But
Devil
that's why
Wears
I was like, oh,
Prada.
this is,
Like, ask
yes. I'm like,
Donatella for her jet.
this is like a company culture of ladies just making a problem bigger what it is and then complaining their way into like failing upwards, I guess. Brad meets Oscar de la Renta, which was super cool because R.I.P. Oscar de la Renta. He was so
Yeah,
classy. He was like
talented.
giving
Yes,
everybody compliments, and he even complimented Brad's Ralph Lauren look. And he was like, "Well, what can I do? You know, Oscar doesn't make male clothes."
yes.
But I think that was funny that he was like wearing a full head to toe Ralph Lauren look
Ralph
in
Lauren.
Oscar de la Renta's studio.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Brad and Joey bond. Joey is the hairstylist, young hot. I liked him a lot. I like what he brings to the show. He brings down the bitchiness.
I think that they realized that because ever since before this, he was in an episode, and since that, they included him more and more. And at some
Hmm.
point, they like brought him because he was in the New York side, and then eventually he comes to L.A.
Yeah, because he was just at first like visiting Rachel's house and stuff and like staying over to do certain events, but then he like became a permanent part of the show because they realized that this
He needed
chemistry
that,
is non-existent on the show.
right?
Just people complaining. It's 45 minutes of complaining. Then I have a note here that Rachel, no, Brad gets introduced as my right arm to Mark Jacobs, and I know that Taylor did not like that. I know
Oh,
she
of course
probably
not.
didn't like it on the watch back, and that was probably like the personification of her fear in Brad even coming to Fashion Week and why she didn't like it and why she was always jealous. Like, you're just wasting our time, like being Rachel's BFF. But I'm down here working, and it's
Yeah,
like,
is this the episode where they were like giggling and having a good time, and she was just like in the garage, their studio garage, just like ugh, and then she like storms out, and then they're like, "What did I miss?"
mhm.
It's like she
So
enjoys being upset.
yes. And then she in this episode, I have a note that says, I love Rachel, but she seems like a horrible wife. Shopping incessantly all the time, even though he asks her to stop. And then not only does she shop, but she like lies about it and hides, which I feel like is worse because that's now you're going out of your way to do something that you know a person doesn't like. Because it's like, okay, yeah, I'm sure every girl's like husband is like, chill on the shopping. But then, okay, you go shopping for exorbitantly expensive things and you buy multiples and you buy stuff you already have and you buy like things that you could not even really justify because when they ask you about it, you freeze up and you're like, I just, I just loved it. And I just, and it's okay. And it's like, that's why it's a credit card because we'll buy it and you pay later and I'll figure it out. And that's why I work hard and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, if does all your money go to the clothes and does Roger pay for y'all's life? Because what is
Right.
it? And then they're in New York after you already asked her not to shop, and she shopped at every single stop. And then she's asking for a penthouse. That's why I said she seems like a horrible wife. Because like it never stops. You're asking like maybe we can just spend a little bit more time in New York. Like I don't know. Like during this trip, I just really feel like I'm a New Yorker and I feel like so in touch.
Oh Lord, so trivial.
Very, and it's like that. This is when I also wrote a note. Do you come from money or something? Because your like want meter is very wide, almost infinite. And then it's like Roger complaining about money, and it kind of becomes a little bit of a dichotomy because of okay, you guys do have a nice life. Any person, regular person, would assume, oh, you have everything you want. But then you're going out and you're shopping all the time for celebrities who knows what their net worth is in comparison to yours. So you feel probably like you have access to those clothes too, but like you want to wear them, right? Like they're just
Yes,
borrowing them for the night, but you want to keep them. And you probably like the jewelry and all this. You're exposed to the top level of consumer goods for America. So that has to be like a big burden on your husband if he can't really afford that.
it's also of note that besides like wanting the thing, she's also a collector. So she collects them as like an art form,
How do we
and I'm
feel
sure
about that?
a lot. Oh, I don't know. I get it. No, I totally get it. Because like even currently, like whether or not it's archive pieces are like so huge because everybody's wearing this exact
Hmm.
same thing otherwise. So a lot of people are reaching into archives, and a lot of the times they'll have to source it from people's own collections who are collectors.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I think that's really cool because it is like, especially if you get it to that like couture stuff. um it is art. It's like wearable art.
I agree, but I don't think that we can take away from the fact that couture and specifically like haute couture, that was invented for the tip top level of society. Like prior to modern times, it was like relegated for royalty. And then, once the royals started getting beheaded and getting put off their throne, then we went to the next, like the tip top of the merchant class. And those richest people of society across the world, that's who these clothes are for. The women, the wives of these like oligarchs and barons, and this is who this stuff is for. I think the democratization of fashion, that's why I think everything's not supposed to be democratized. and then putting it on TV and like in magazines so much and in shows like this, and it puts it on a level where it seems accessible. Like you could have it, you can, you always could if you had the money. But do you have the lifestyle that demands a $10,000, $20,000 dress? I don't
Like, where are
think
you going to
most
wear it
people
to?
do.
No.
And you can only wear it once. These women are only going to wear this once. And then it's going to go in whatever archive collection because it's like, in comparison to their husband's fortune, that $20,000 dress is like $100 bill. So it doesn't matter. It's negligible. But for people like Rachel Zoe and Down, and Rachel Zoe's rich, like she might be a part of the new 1%, but it's still not at that level to, can you justify collecting those type of items?
I'm sure she can. But it's also, for her, especially because this is a business, this is a tax write-off.
To a degree, but like, no, it's not. If it's not a costume that can't be worn for other purposes, then it's not tax deductible. The stuff that she's buying is for personal use, for a personal collection.
So then say you're buying it for the company as a asset, and then
And and then wear it all the time you borrowing it from the company.
you
That's probably
could.
what she was doing.
Yeah.
Because even and like I love to shop. That's why this is not shade and this is not hate. Even Taylor, who's there, who works with you, who has the same job, who has the same duties, is like, Rachel, another Birkin? Like, I don't think. And she's like, yes, we have to have the Birkin. And then she's walking around the store like, yes, this for me, that, that. But if you, oh, and another thing and then we can get your opinion about this. I don't know if this is like, again, me being shady, whatever. But if you are the principal breadwinner in your relationship, in your home, nobody can check you about spending money.
It's true.
So clearly she was not. Because even if, like, okay, there have been
Yeah,
times
because
I was married
he
before.
told her so many times throughout, like, stop spending or this and that. And clearly she didn't care about those. Yeah, his idea, because, maybe she was the breadwinner.
Maybe, but at the same time, it's like, remember at a certain point, Brad had made the joke to Roger, like, oh yeah, the credit cards aren't
Not,
working. Like,
yes.
and then she's hiding stuff from him. So I don't feel like when you have the money, and that's what I was gonna say. Okay, I was married before, and we like basically essentially made the same amount of money. So when I buy stuff and like I'm getting questioned by my husband, it's very easy for me to be like, okay, so like, yeah, I bought this, or like there's Amazon packages coming every day. There was never a conversation about, oh, I'm buying too much stuff, because the money is not affecting anything in the house. Everything's still going smoothly. So I think for it to be brought up as much as it was brought up, it was definitely affecting things.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, what the hell? That's pretty much it. It kind of ended on that.
Is that the biggest controversy of this episode? I feel like there were some episodes that kind of like were lulls.
Yeah, this one was kind of a lull. She met Mark. She went to the Mark Jacobs show. All of that. They were trying to get certain pieces, and then I guess we can go to episode 5. If you don't have any other memorable moments from this episode,
None whatsoever. Catch you
let's
on the
do
next
it.
one.